How's it going, everyone? So aside from doing movie reviews, I decided today I'm gonna do a very special video. So some of you have been asking, aside from my last movie review, was there any script behind it, or like did I rehearse lines and whatnot? Did I research about it? Well, it is true, I can tell you a bit more about myself. I do not have a script for all my movie reviews. What I do is that I just try to research on them, memorize the names, the directors, the story, and then try to tell it to you. The only reason why I keep stumbling is because sometimes I get a few words mixed up and my pronunciation is not as great as what you think it is, okay? But for today, since it's a special video, I got a script, okay? And I'm going to talk about the most anticipated film of 2016. Now in this list, there are two of them. Now this video is going to be split up into two portions. The first video will be from March to June and the second one will be from July to December, okay? So you can stay tuned for two parts of this video. Now in this one, I'm just going to clarify that I'm going to say in first week, second week, third week and the fourth week. The only reason why I'm not giving specific dates for the release of these films is because sometimes it might change, or it might be shown on Thursday, some of them shown on Wednesday-ish, some shown on Friday. So I'm just going to put it within first, second, third and fourth week, okay? Now since this is the end of February, what better way to start with March? So in the first week of March, there's going to be Zoolander 2, London Has Fallen, and The Faith of Anna Walters, which is directed by Kevin Tong and it's a Singapore film. Now Zoolander 2, as you know, is directed by Ben Stiller. It stars Ben Stiller and Owen Wilson. And surprisingly, it also stars Benedict Cumberbatch and Justin Bieber. London Has Fallen is the follow-up for Olympus Has Fallen 2. Thank goodness it's not White House Down number 2. And again, it stars Gerard Butler, Aaron Eckhart, and Morgan Freeman. Now, The Faith of Anna Walters talks about the story about Anna Walters, who had been possessed by an evil spirit, and Adrian Pang as the priest. He's gonna conduct an exorcism on her. Now, this film really struck me because it is a US/Singapore production, and I can't wait to see how it deals around in the box office. I am very happy for Kevin Tong, who has been directing films that are outside of Singapore and now he gets to collaborate with the US. Good job, Kevin. Now moving on the second week of March, we have Kung Fu Panda 3 and The Brothers Grimsby. So let's talk about them, okay? Kung Fu Panda 3 is the follow-up from Kung Fu Panda 2, which tells a story about a panda who can do Kung Fu. It has the same number of cast inside. Jack Black is inside, Angelina Jolie is inside, Jackie Chan is inside. Basically, all the 5 animals are there. So the story about Kung Fu Panda 3 is when Po meets up with his father and now he gets to understand the culture of all the pandas. In the meantime, Kung Fu is dying. There's an evil mastermind waiting to wipe out everybody who knows Kung Fu, and Po has to save them. Now, The Brothers Grimsby. I'm not too sure about this video, but I think he has amazing cast. It's stars the guy from Borat, Mark Strong, and is directed by Louis Limiter. Is that his name? Louis Limiter. Now, this guy directed Unleashed. He directed The Transporter 2. And he also directed the remake of Clash of the Titans. I think it's a strong production team and I'm actually looking forward to this film. Now moving on, we have the third week, which is Divergent Elegant, the third part series for the Divergent series. Now I'm not really looking forward to this because I didn't really like Resurgence. I do appreciate and kinda like the first Divergent, but for Elegant, I'm still gonna give this film a chance. Now for the fourth week, you would have anticipated this. It is Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice. Now this film, you can just scrap everything that you know about the trailers. Just watch the final trailer, which I'm gonna show you right now, and just pay attention to it, man. I am pretty confident that Zack Snyder will pull off a great job, and I'm just blaming the marketing team for spoiling so much of the film. But nevertheless, I may be catching this film in IMAX and I hope that this film really surprised me. Now Wonder Woman is going to be inside, Aquaman is going to be inside, and Lex Luthor, and obviously if you watch the cast and the crew, basically the follow-up that is going to lead to the Justice League. Now on the 5th week of March, which is not very common, we have 10 Cloverfield Lane. 10 Cloverfield Lane is a follow-up or maybe a retelling of the story for Cloverfield, which is the highly successful handheld story about a monster who invaded the city and how people survive from that, okay? So the original Cloverfield is directed by Matt Reeves, which also directed Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, okay? And is produced by J.J. Abrams. Now 10 Cloverfield Lane is also produced by J.J. Abrams. From the trailer, as you can see, they are pretty...
No! 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 Don't open that door! They're going to get all of us killed!
Good. Now the trailer doesn't spoil anything for us, and I'm pretty curious as to what this film has to offer. It stars Mary Elizabeth Winstead and also stars John Goodman. Now that's for the month of March. I would like to prepare you that this video is pretty long, so please bear with me. Now on the month of April, okay, the first week of April, it has The Jungle Book and this movie called Distance with Taiwan production. Now from the director of Iron Man, The Jungle Book also retells the story about a Disney film with the same title. I'm really looking forward to this film because of the strong cast. Now this Taiwan production film called Distance is a 3-part short film and also executive produced by Anthony Chen, who also directed Ilo Ilo. Now I'm pretty curious as to what this film has to offer. I don't really know much about it. I'm gonna go in there pretty blind and just be blown away by it. Okay, without a doubt, moving on to the second week of April, we have The Huntsman Winter War. Now this cast is phenomenal, okay? 4 of the actress and actor that I like so much are all in this film. I mean, what the hell is going on over here, man? Now it stars Chris Hemsworth, Emily Blunt, Charlize Theron, and Jessica Chastain. I'm not too big of a fan for Snow White and the Huntsman, but I'm actually looking forward to Winter War. Now let's get on to business, okay? On the third week of April, they have Hail Caesar, directed by the Coen brothers, and they have Hotcarhen. Now a bit about Hail Caesar. The Coen brothers, they're the Coen brothers. They directed one of my most favorite films, No Country for Old Men, Fargo, and True Grit. Whatever, I'm just gonna watch this film, okay, because it's directed by the Coen brothers. Now, Hotcarhen, as you know, now if you watch this YouTube video filmed entirely on the GoPro, basically these YouTubers come up with a concept and manage to direct a feature film of it, which is called Hotcarhen. It follows the same concept of the YouTube video. The guy is seeing everything from his first person. He meet up with this bad guy, he gotta go rescue his wife, and halfway through he meet up with Charlotte Copy. And there they go out and fight those people and rescue his wife. The entire movie is set in the POV of this main character. Wait, his name is Henry. Yeah. And I think it's quite a good concept, even though I do feel as if when I watch this, your mind might be pretty messed up. Now, of course, on the last week of April, everybody's expecting this, okay? Captain America Civil War. Oh my gosh, Team Captain America, woo! Now, I'll be sure to catch this film in IMAX or even IMAX 3D. Gosh man, I've been such a great fan of Captain America Winter Soldier. I even like the first one, even though some of you don't even like it. But now Civil War has come out. It has now proven that Captain America can be a person that we come to look forward to. And the trailer for this movie is also really good, which stars Black Panther, Ant-Man, and is going to be the next Spider-Man, even though we don't see him. Now, moving on, now it's May, okay? So the first week of May is Neighbours 2. Now the previous Neighbours one, I thought it was quite a fun movie to watch. I ain't gonna think so much about it. And I pretty much like Dave Franco and Zac Efron. Not too big fan of Seth Rogen, but I do like Rose Byrne. So I'm looking forward to this film because there's Selena Gomez and also Chloe Grace Moretz. So now, on the second week of May, there are some films coming out, but I'm not really too keen on this film. Angry Birds. If this film would have been released 3 years ago, it would have been such a big hit, but now it just feels a bit outdated at the time. Keep my expectation low. Maybe I might see this film. Alright now, so moving on to the third week of May, okay? There is The Nice Guys with Ryan Gosling and Russell Crowe, and it's from the director Shane Black, who directed Iron Man 3. I don't really know what the story is about again. I can just show you the trailer. I am very glad that it is R-rated because it looks pretty violent to me. And yes, I like Ryan Gosling, so I'm gonna check the film out. And as usual, following the third week of May, obviously you would have pictured this film, XMen Apocalypse. Now, Bryan Singer is returning as his director, and it stars James McAvoy, Michael Fassbender, Jennifer Lawrence, the girl from Game of Thrones, what's her name again? It stars Lucas Teal, Rose Byrne, Sharksman, everybody that I like in X-Men First Class and X-Men Days of Future Past is coming back for X-Men Apocalypse. Now, if you watch the previous X-Men, you know that Hugh Jackman doesn't come into the X-Men until like Professor X loses all his hair and like Magneto becomes an official bad guy, okay? And like Storm is the good guy, Cyclops, Jean. Obviously, there is no Hugh Jackman to it. June, on the first week, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2. What a retarded title, but true enough, it is a popcorn flick. Summer is coming. Even though I don't even like the first one, I'm looking forward to this because Michael Bay is returning as a producer. Every Dutch shot is inside. Megan Fox is inside. Every saturated shot is inside. Explosion is inside. And of course, the main character from Arrow is inside. Need I say anything more? So moving on to the second week of June, we have two films, okay? The Conjuring 2, directed by James Wan. Patrick Wilson is returning back to it, and we have Warcraft. Man, that is a tough battle. Alright, so The Conjuring 2 follows the story about the Warrens. Okay, so now Conjuring 2 follows the story about the Warren and is now the next file. The trailer don't really review that much, but I'm still looking forward to it because I've been a big fan of horror movies, as you know, and I really like the first Conjuring. Since no one can direct a horror movie better than James Wan, I am absolutely looking forward to this film. Now, Warcraft. My oh my, one of my favorite games of all time. Directed by Duncan Jones, which also directed Moon with Sam Rockwell and Source Code with Jake Gyllenhaal. Both wonderful movies. I can't wait for Warcraft. I might be seeing that in IMAX as well. What do you think? Alright, moving on to the third week of June, there are three films. Finding Dory, Now You See Me 2, and Central Intelligence. Now You See Me... Now You See Me 2. Now You See Me 2 is directed by John M. Chu, who also directed G.I. Joe Retaliation and the previous Step Up 1. By the way, the person who directed Now You See Me, Louis Limited, also gonna direct The Brothers Grimsby. More to take note for The Brothers Grimsby. Now You See Me 2 is a bunch of musicians, goodness. Now You See Me 2 is a bunch of magicians who is trying to up their game. Jay Chow is inside, Daniel Radcliffe, Harry Potter is inside. Yes, I am pumped for this movie. Now, Finding Dory obviously has been such an anticipated film from Pixar. I can't wait to see it. I've been such a big fan about Finding Nemo. Andrew Stanton is back to direct this film, and I can't wait because Ellen DeGeneres is starring as Dory. Now, Central Intelligence stars Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, and also Kevin Hart. I've not been such a big fan about Kevin Hart, but I do like Dwayne Johnson. I don't really know much about the plot, but I'm just looking at it because The Rock is inside. Fans of The Rock, stay tuned for this film. Now moving on to our last movie for June, Independence Day Resurgence. Roland Emmerich is back to direct this film. It stars Bill Pullman, Jeff Goldblum. Wow! Liam Hemsworth is the lead for this movie. You know about Independence Day, I can show you a shot where Singapore is also getting destroyed. Everybody is getting destroyed, the world is getting destroyed. It is another film that Roland Emmerich is gonna destroy the entire world again. Yippee-doo, popcorn flick. Aside from all the March, April, May, June, I'm gonna talk about the films that are under the radar as well, okay? Now these films is also from March to June. I don't think you would have heard about these films that greatly, but I think they are gonna be really underrated and these films should come to your attention, okay? Now first off, we have Midnight Special on the third week of April. It stars Michael Shannon, Kristen Dunst, Joel Edgerton. Now it's a very great director by Jeff Nicholas who directed Mud and Take Shelter. I don't know if you have seen those two films, but they are really underrated according to me. I feel as if it's a film worth appreciating, and basically Midnight Special talks about a boy who has some special ability. Michael Shannon is not really his actual father, but he's just trying to protect this child because the CIA is going to take him away and maybe God knows what they're gonna do to him. Now, Under the Radar Films have another film called Equals, okay? Now, Singapore has been part of this production. I have a few friends from my class who have also been part of this production. It stars Kristen Stewart and Nicholas Hoult. Now, I can't really explain much about the plot because like everybody's all dressed so nicely. They cannot have any contact and Kristen Stewart just fell in love with Nicholas Hoult. And they sort of like break out from this place just to be together. I mean, this kind of story has been retold and retold again and again. But I must admit, the visual for this film looks pretty interesting, okay? So stay tuned for that. Now, this film, I have no idea when is it going to be released, but let me just show you the trailer for this film, okay? It is called Before I Wake. Now, it's directed by Mike Flamingo. I'm sorry, Mike, I can't really pronounce your surname. But it's from the director of Oculus, which has been one of my favorite horror movies last year. And now he's gonna return to direct Before I Wake. Now, it stars Thomas Jane and Kate Boston. Basically, it tells about a boy who have nightmares and his nightmares comes true. Creepy, yes. Now, moving on to our last film released in the 4th week of June, which maybe come out as such a laugh for you, but it's quite an interesting concept. It is called Sadako vs Kyaco. Basically, The Ring versus Junon. Now, I have no idea how this film is going to turn out because Scirocco comes out from the TV and just scares you to death. Junon also comes out and just scares you to death. Both of these two ghosts inside Japanese horror film just do crawling like And the thing is that if I have Sadako and Kyaco both in the same screen, you know how funny that will turn out? I mean, that there'll be both ghosts down there and they'll be into freaking circles. So, now I have no idea how this film is gonna turn out, but I must say it's pretty interesting. I'm gonna give this film a chance and just watch it in cinemas and maybe just laugh if it's really retarded. So guys, yes, that is the end of the anticipated films from March to June. I mean, there's one more video coming out that is from July to December and I can't wait to talk about them. It also have those films from under the radar and I want to tell them all to you. Now I feel as if this video has dragged on long enough, and if you want to find out more, you can check out Littleworks Production for my previous movie reviews on Deadpool and 13 Hours in the Room, and yes, many more to come, okay? I enjoy really talking to you. None of this is scripted, as you can see. There's nowhere to hang the script. Duh! So guys, again, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. You can stay tuned for the most anticipated films in 2016, which is from July to December. And you can stay tuned, stay prepared, and this is just a little review.